Two families are in mourning after a deadly hit-and-run crash in Methuen. The driver who left the scene has now turned herself in. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken McLeod. But the fatal crash on 495 early yesterday morning has left the families of two construction workers wondering how they'll go on. WBZ's Paul Burton spent some of his day speaking with them.
That horrific crash on 495 has devastated this Brazilian Worcester community. Now, two families have lost loved ones who were simply on their way to work on an early Saturday morning.
Ele era o amor da minha vida.
He was the love of my life.
Kenny era pai muito presente.
He was a father very present in their...
Muito carinhoso.
Very loving.
Two Worcester families' lives are shattered. This weekend's deadly hit-and-run crash on 495 North in Methuen claimed the life of 37-year-old Chelsea Diaz and 41-year-old Kenny Melendez. Both were passengers in the pickup truck with two other co-workers on their way to work in New Hampshire when investigators say they were involved in a crash with a 26-year-old woman who fled the scene. Lorraine Santana has been married to Chelsea Diaz for 5 years. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
Before we left to work, they prayed together. Everybody loves him.
Luciana lost her husband Kenny, who died at the scene. Kenny leaves behind his 7-year-old son Gabriel and 3-year-old daughter Lauren. He also has 2 other children in Brazil. The family says Chelsea was in the front passenger seat and Kenny was sitting behind him when they were allegedly hit from the rear.
And that person, instead of stopping to help, they decided instead to just run away.
The driver and the other passenger in the pickup were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Katrina Wind faces a number of charges, including 2 counts of motor vehicle homicide by reckless operation, leaving the scene resulting in death, and driving with a suspended license. She later turned herself into police.
Prayed to God and I asked him to touch in my heart to not be mad at that person, but I also asked God to seek justice.
Family and friends are now trying to raise money online so they can have proper burials for their husbands. They hope to have both bodies returned to Brazil.
They really want his body there, where his family is, but I just don't have the funds for that.
Right now, the pain's so deep for both families, they say it's their strong faith in God and love from the community that's helping them through this difficult time.
My plans is in God's hand.
Fica saudade, né?
I will miss him forever.
Two families whose lives are changed forever. Meanwhile, the driver of the other car involved in the crash, she will be arraigned on Monday morning in Lawrence Superior Court. In Worcester, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.